Good morning everyone, especially to you sir. I am Ma'am Leah Jane Sanchez that we tackling to you our last topic, the institutions that govern international relation together with my group mates, Ma'am Erica Seno and Ma'am Kenny Joy Sotelo. We have a lesson outcomes. The first one is identify the institutions that govern international relations. And the second one is identify the rules and function of the United Nations. For our topic lesson proper is this. The first one is the United Nations. The second one is non-governmental. The third one is organization. The fourth one is the global economic. And the fifth one is the association. What is United Nations means? The United Nations or UN was designed to be an organization where countries could come to discuss their issues without resorting to war and violence which had plagued our planet for several years in the past. When we say the United Nations is an international governmental organization that aims to maintain international peace and security, develop friendly relation among nations. They achieve international cooperation and be a center for harmonizing the action of nations. So we have four areas of concern of United Nations. The first issues is the military issues, which is it supplies the food or clothing, ammunition issued by the government. So, the military issues, it refers to the U.S. military long has emphasized the principle of prevention and early intervention in preparing for and treating those afflicted by the psychological wounds of war. More recently, the civilian communities in the United States have increased efforts to minimize psychological sequelae for individuals exposed to mass trauma, the violence, and terrorism. The second one is the economic issues. All societies face the economic problem of how to make the best use of limited or scarce resources. It says that the economic problem exists. It's because although the needs and the wants of people are endless, the resources available to satisfy needs and wants are limited. The third one is the environmental issues are defined as problem with the planet system, the air, water, soil, and etc. that have developed as a result of human interference of mistreatment of the planet. The example is the flash flood, the COVID-19 pandemic, and many more. The last one is the human protection. Under Article 1, Paragraph 1 of the Constitution, it's adopted in 16 November 1945. The UNESCO's purpose is to contribute to peace and security by promoting the collaboration among the nations through education, the science and culture in order to further the universal respect for justice, for the rule of law, for the human rights. It is the collective term for the federal, states, and universities' policies, procedures, and ethical consideration that protect the rights and welfare of human beings who participate in research as the subjects of it.
Good day everyone, so I am Kenny J. Sotelo and I will discuss to you the non-government organization. So organizations which are independent of government involvement are known as the non-governmental organization or the NGOs or non-government organization. So NGOs are a subgroup of organizations that founded by citizens, which include clubs and associations which provide services to its members and others. So the non-governmental organization or the NGOs and Global Economic Association also govern international relations. So NGOs are not tied to any country or nation state. So, as what I said earlier, that the NGOs or the non-government organization and Global Economic Association also govern international relation. So, first, I will define to you what is international relation. So, international relation is a field of study that covers the factors and processes that affect the interaction among states and non-state actors across national boundaries. And also, we should always remember that NGOs or the non-government organization is not tied to any country or nation state. It is because NGOs are independent type of organization. In addition, non-government organization is a non-profit group that function independently of any government, sometimes called civil societies, organized on a community, national and international levels to service as a social or political goals such as the humanitarian causes or the environment. Next slide is an example of international NGOs or the non-government organization. So the first one is the Red Cross or the Red Crescent. The Red Cross is an international organization that helps people who are suffering, for example, as a result of war, floods, or disease. So it is a mission to elevate human suffering, protect life and health, and uphold human dignity, especially during armed conflicts and other emergency. That is the function of the Red Cross or the Red Crescent. So the next one is the Doctors Without Borders. So the Doctors Without Borders are the group which sends physicians and other health workers to some of the most destitute and dangerous part of the world and encourage them not only to care for people but only to condemn the injustice they encounter. So the last one is the Amnesty International. So the Amnesty International is a global movement of more than 10 million people in over 150 countries and tourists who campaign and abuses of human rights. So that's are the example of international NGOs or the non-government organization. We should always remember that non-governmental organizations play a vital role in international development, aid, and philanthropy. And also, NGOs or the national government organization are non-profit by definition, but may run budgets of millions or up to billions of dollars each year. And lastly, we should always remember that NGOs or non-government organizations rely on the variety of funding sources from private donation and membership dues to the government contribution. Next slide is the Global Economic Association. So Global Economic Association is a professional association which promotes a pluralistic approach to economics. Its key principles include worldwide membership and governance and inclusiveness toward the variety of theoretical perspective and application of economics. So, and also the goal of Global Economic Association is to promote personal contacts and mutual understanding among economists in different parts of the world through the organization of scientific meetings, through common research programs, and by means of publication of an international character on problems of current importance. The lesson summary. To sum it up, Global politics entails relationship of countries in different government and non-government actors. So next is there are several international organizations that governments of countries around the world and individuals participate in, such as the UN, international NGOs, and Global Economic Association like the World Trade Organization or the WTO, and the World American Free Trade Agreement. And lastly, the summary of NGOs. Since the NGOs are not tied to any government, they can operate freely through the world. So as what I said a while ago, that NGOs are independent type of organization. So that's all. Thank you for listening and God bless.